The chances are you can probably, off the top of your head, think of a few of the irritations associated with EU membership. There's the cost, for one thing, £9 billion a year, about the same we pay for unemployment insurance. Now, some of that goes towards supporting the common agricultural policy, which in turn supports producers of European wine and milk. And then there's the cost of regulation. The most notorious regulation concerns bananas, the size and the shape of which cannot be abnormal. But that's dwarfed by business and financial regulations. They've eaten £124 billion into Britain's economy since 1998. But what about the more positive aspects? Well, first and most obviously, there's the common market, free movement of goods and people across the European Union. In practice, that doesn't just mean not having to get your passport stamped every time you cross the border. It also means it's easier to work.
Witamy.
And then there's the economic benefit. The UK is part of a single market of 500 million consumers. That's the biggest market in the world. And in practice, it means it's cheaper for UK firms to export their goods over to Europe. Companies around the world consider the UK to be a kind of outpost for trading within Europe. That's why so many car firms, for instance Nissan and Honda, have based their plants here. In fact, last year, the UK actually exported more cars than it imported for the first time since the 1970s. But it's not just cars. We sell pret-a-manger sandwiches to the French, Scottish knitwear to the Italians. We even sell wood to the Scandinavians. Then there's diplomacy. Being part of the EU gives Britain an advantage both in foreign policy and in trade missions. And there are other impacts as well. EU structural funds to small airports means that budget flights around the continent are cheaper. And thanks to deregulation, phone calls in Europe are cheap and they're getting cheaper. As they say, it's good to talk, particularly if that means understanding our relationship with the EU better.